Hello everyone, it's Luffy Straw Hat here with another One Piece video. Today we will discuss whether or not Luffy is already stronger than Big Mom. Yes, you heard that correctly, not strong enough to fight Big Mom, but in fact strong enough to defeat Big Mom and continue fighting in the war. So I want to start off by saying, based on my conclusions, the short answer to this question is no, just no. Big Mom is an emperor of the sea and should be respected as such, even if Luffy doesn't seem to show her that respect. I mean, seriously, the way he completely disregards her with the simple but effective "I'm busy" line is both hilarious but also shows Luffy's confidence in defeating her. But back to the original point, Big Mom is an emperor of the sea and should be respected as such. If Luffy were to defeat her while taking limited damage and still having enough energy to then go on and fight Kaido, another emperor, I believe this would create inconsistencies in the power dynamic of the One Piece world. I mean, think about it. The structure of power in One Piece leads us to believe that the four Yonkos are the biggest threat to the world government. It's the reason why the Navy not only fears them individually, but absolutely cannot allow them to team up. Add to the fact that we've already seen the kind of damage one Yonko can inflict in an all-out war, not to mention he was much older, much sicker than the current ones we're facing, and the odds aren't looking good for our boy. But there is a compelling case in Luffy's favor. He is the main character. No. Okay, all jokes aside, let's see if we can justify this argument. First, let's take a look at the only time Luffy has attempted to fight Big Mom. It didn't end so well. Luffy went gear 4 and attacked Big Mom, and he's not even able to land a single hit. Now, neither does Big Mom, but just the sheer clash of their haki was able to knock Luffy unconscious. Now, fast forward in time to the Luffy v Kaido fight, and he actually lands this time. In fact, Luffy empties the entire clip on Kaido, hitting him with every single move in the arsenal besides Snake Man, which we'll talk about later. So I don't believe it would have been useful in this battle anyways, seeing as it's more speed focused and Kaido has shown that he's relatively easy to hit. The problem is actually damaging him, which of course Luffy couldn't do. Much like his fight with Big Mom, he charges head on with his strongest attack, Kaido returns the favor, and once again Luffy is left unconscious. Now what Oda was showing us, the readers, in these moments is that while Luffy has built up a resume full of great accomplishments and feats, even enough for Morgans to consider him the 5th Yonko, Oda's really very clearly telling us with these two clashes that Luffy just isn't on that level yet. Now, at this point in the video, I'm sure you guys are thinking I'm making a terrible case for Luffy being stronger, but bear with me on this. Since their initial encounter, Luffy has gained 3 significant power boosts, or boosts, I don't know. Those 3 being 1, Snake Man, 2, Future Sight, 3, Ryu. Now, the thing about Snake Man that no one seems to talk about is we've only seen the form one time. In the entirety of One Piece, he's only gone Snake Man once. That leads me to think and question, why has Oda made this decision? Oda, as we all know, is very calculated in his approach to storytelling. It's not a coincidence that we haven't seen it again. And unlike Tank Man, which I believe was extremely situational and we probably won't see that form again, Snake Man actually has high usage capabilities. For example, during the raid on Onigashima, Luffy speed blitz ulti, which in my own headcanon would lead me to believe Luffy's already one of the fastest players on the field. So when Momo was about to be executed, why wouldn't a Snake Man speed boost be effective in rescuing him? I'm sure there are better examples. That one was admittedly kinda weak, but the possibilities are endless, which leads to this question. What is Oda saving Snake Man for? Now, I'm not going to talk too much about Luffy's future sight, but it is worth pointing out that Big Mom isn't aware of this yet. In fact, in all of One Piece so far, the only other character shown with this ability is Big Mom's son, Katakuri. Now, with that being said, I should note that since Katakuri does have this ability, it is safe to say Big Mom knows its power and limitations. But would that be enough to nullify its effectiveness? I'm betting no. The reason being, it's still future sight, giving Luffy the ability to look ahead for a short period of time. Now, even though it's only a couple of seconds, that increment of time is huge in a battle. As we saw with Katakuri being able to build an incredible defense off the strength of knowing where his opponent would strike next, giving him the perception of being a Logia, but in reality, just shifting his body exactly where the punch would land. Now, consider a situation where Luffy's fighting Big Mom, and she just can't get a clean hit on him. We don't know whether or not Big Mom has stamina issues, and we don't know if she would get increasingly frustrated with the battle and just go off the deep end like we saw in Whole Cake Island. If that happens, it would be quite problematic for anyone involved. Would Luffy still be able to use future sight knowing that he probably wouldn't be calm in that situation? Would she start fighting anyone in her path, including the Beast Pirates, etc., etc., etc.? Big Mom strikes me as a character who throws tantrums whenever she doesn't get her way, and a long drawn out battle with someone who's clearly already under her skin, and in the event that she can't seem to lay a hand on him, I do believe there's a possibility she loses it during the battle. The only time Big Mom has actually been shown to be vulnerable was in this frantic state. The GOAT, Jinbei, was able to land a Vagabond drill and knock her off the ship. Didn't damage her, but unlike Luffy, he was able to land. Now, last but absolutely not least, we need to talk about Ryu. Hadouken! Not that Ryu. Luffy now has the ability to inflict maximum damage from within his opponent's body, bypassing the exterior defense of whatever he's attacking. And that can be huge against Big Mom. In my mind, this leads me to believe that Luffy can now land hits on Big Mom whether she's in a frantic state or not. Once again, she's entirely unaware of this newfound ability. Imagine a scenario just like the last time where Big Mom goes to block Luffy's attack with her arms, but instead of repelling him, he inflicts massive damage. Remember, while it was stated that Kaido has been defeated in battle before, the same cannot be said about Big Mom. In fact, it's said Roger actively avoided conflict with her. I can definitely see a situation where Big Mom is overconfident and somewhat careless. Just take a look at the previous chapter, 987. We see Yonko Kaido, the strongest creature in the world whose scales have only been pierced once before, get completely blindsided by the scabbards and they injured him. In fact, he screams in agony. Big Mom questions whether he's dead or not. If Kaido can be hurt by Ryu, I'm putting my money on the same being true for Big Mom. So let's tie it all together. Let's imagine a scenario where Luffy and Big Mom begin to fight. Luffy goes Snake Man, but instead of losing power in favor of speed, he combines it with Ryu and Future Sight. Well, now you have to look at it from this perspective. Big Mom would be fighting someone who'd be faster than her, who she cannot hit, and who can actually damage her. Or you can go the other way around and say Bounce Man with Future Sight and Ryu, significantly increasing the damage output at the cost of speed. And something I like to say now, given that I haven't mentioned Bounce Man at all this entire video, is that it seems the limitation of Gear 4th, where he can't use Haki for 10 minutes, is gone. My reason for this is because we saw him casually use it on the way to Onigashima to take out Fodder. And when he was pinned down by Ulti, he pretty much just said, you're not doing me like that, Gear 4th. Again, pretty casually. Making it less and less a big deal when Luffy goes into that form. We know Big Mom's Devil Fruit is useless in this fight. She won't be taking Luffy's lifespan. So that leaves her with her own physical abilities, Haki, Napoleon, Prometheus, and Zeus. Zeus has already shown his willingness to play for the other team, so he might not be 100% reliable for this match. Throw in her unstable mental state and whatever role Perospero will play in this, and it seems Big Mom has a lot of holes in her armor. Maybe now more than ever before in the One Piece timeline, the ultimate wildcard to me is whether or not we get another Rayleigh flashback. This may seem like a cop-out, but what if Snake Man and Bounce Man are not the epitome of the training he received during the 2-year time skip? Actually, I'm kind of sure that's not the epitome of Luffy's powers. But that kind of speculation will require a whole other video. With that being said, I'll end with this. In general, people don't believe something can be done until someone comes around and actually does it. Blackbeard wasn't a Yonko until he killed a Yonko. Luffy isn't the Pirate King until he finds Laugh-Tale. This can very well be the moment where no one in the One Piece world believes Luffy is actually an emperor until he defeats an emperor. With that being said, please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you can stay up to date with One Piece content. Once again, I'm Luffy Straw Hat, and I'll see you next time.